Americans say religion's influence is declining, and they're not happy about it. According to a recent Pew Research Center poll, 72% of Americans see religion's influence waning. That's the highest that number's been since the Pew Research Center began measuring the question in 2001. What's also interesting to note is 49% of those Americans surveyed want to see churches take a stand on public issues and in political campaigns, a figure up 6 points since the 2010 midterm elections. Reporter Mark Kellner covers faith for the Deseret News National Edition. He says the increase in the number of folks wanting to see more influence from religion may be in reaction to the rise of people pushing for more secularism.
Whether or not people are actively practicing religion in some circumstances or agree with every aspect of a particular faith, there are more and more Americans who seem to be interested in having the influence of religious thought, religious philosophy, if you will, on society. And when religious influence is on the wane in America, people notice an effect.
You can find more articles from Mark Kellner on faith in the Deseret News National Edition. You've probably seen the billboards and the TV spots for the new film from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints called Meet the Mormons. Carol Makita has seen the film and is here this morning with a sneak peek and a look behind the scenes. Good morning.
Hi, Dave. Over the last several months, the filmmaker and producer have hosted screenings around the country looking for audience reaction. Last week, Meet the Mormons was shown to Utahns. Latter-day Saint church leaders asked Hollywood filmmaker Blair True to create a movie capturing the day-to-day lives and faith of church members around the world.
Over time, we just kind of felt like this needs to be multiple stories to give kind of a global sense of who we are, because after all, we are an international church. We're a worldwide family.
The documentary features
after they're done,
Bishop Jermaine Sullivan of Atlanta.
To take the opportunity to say, not necessarily these are our beliefs, but this is the impact that our beliefs have on us as individuals and families.
Head football coach of the Naval Academy, Ken Niumatalolo. Women's amateur kickboxing champion, Carolina Munoz Maran from Costa Rica.
This is my buddy.
Gail Halverson, the candy bomber. Humanitarian Bishnu Adhikari of Nepal. And the missionary mom, Dawn Armstrong. Tonight's audience really enjoyed it.
We loved it, and he was very spiritual.
The scenery, the whole production was just done so well. The music was beautiful and very touching storyline.
Meet the Mormons premieres in Utah on October 7th and in 200 theaters around the country on October 10th.
Now, you are one of the only people I know on the planet that's seen the movie. What did you think?
Well, it meets all the criteria. It's very beautiful, as you could see from those clips. It is touching, as the reaction was from the woman who came out of the theater last week. And you will also laugh. There is some humor in it, so it meets all of the entertainment criteria.
Mormons will love it.
Yes.
What does the church want non-Mormons to take from this movie?
The releasing of this film throughout the country is an opportunity for Latter-day Saints who live in other cities and states to see it, and then perhaps have the opportunity to invite friends and neighbors to go back to the theaters with them, thinking that it's a lot more comfortable to invite a neighbor to go to the movie theater than it is to go to the church meeting house. Sure. and see a film. It's not a missionary tool. It's just, here's who we are.
Why do you think right now this film is hitting the big screen?
Well, I asked the filmmaker that. It was a question uppermost in my mind, and he said that actually when they were making this film a couple of years ago, this assignment came from church leaders in 2010, and so we're 2012, we're at the presidential election. Mitt Romney's running for president. We think people now get the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or Mormons. Not so much. They still don't understand how regular Latter-day Saints are, that they work with them, they're in the neighborhood, the kids go to school with Mormons, and still they don't know anything about the church. So I think that's the reason why.
How will this resonate with teenagers? We know adults will get it and soak it in. What about teenagers?
I think the plan is and the hope is for them to go see it and get a boost about who it is that's a member of this faith.
Yeah.
I think that's really the underlying idea.
There's also a need for it to be successful.
There is, and there is a hope that a lot of people go because the proceeds will go to a longtime church partner. That's the American Red Cross. So if it succeeds in movie theaters, then there's a hope
everybody
perhaps.
Wins.
Yeah, everybody wins. And I hope that it might go to cable TV, etc.
All right. We look forward to seeing it this next weekend.
We do.
Carol, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your insight. And that's our report this week. Music and the spoken word coming up next. I'm Dave McCann. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Sunday morning on the Deseret News National Edition.